Hello, and welcome to the second annual Community Leaders Breakfast. For this year's breakfast, we have focused our attention on strengthening families. The purpose of this event is trifold. 1, to provide a forum for dialogue to occur regarding strengthening family issues. Secondly, to foster more collaboration among faith and community organizations. And lastly, to begin the development of action steps in order for all of us to begin implementing the necessary strategies and services in changing the lives of children and families throughout the state of Georgia. Our panelists for today include Ms. Pamela Perkins, who serves as the coordinator for the Interfaith Children's Movement.
We are an advocacy movement. We advocate for children at both the services level and engaging faith communities to become active and motivated in the lives and in the work of children. And also at the policy level, as Melanie indicated, advocating for laws in Georgia that are good for children.
Mr. Charles Walker, who is the Vice President of Regional Development for United Way Atlanta.
I think about a healthy family, and I'm so glad that we started the conversation really with mental health, because you can look at it from a mental health standpoint as well as a nutrition or physical health standpoint. But I think oftentimes when we look at societal ills and the situations that families and individuals find themselves in, it's because something has gone on in their childhood, typically, that has played itself out in adult life.
And Dr. Charlene Harper Brown, who is representing the Center for the Study of Social Policy.
This is none of these are straight line. All this stuff is related. So we talk about having your basic needs, being able to have your basic needs met, having safe homes and safe communities, and that means a decrease in violence in the home and in the community. Also having access to supports and resources that you need. Now, and that means from medical to financial to, one of the reasons I moved out of the neighborhood that I wanted to stay in is because I had to drive like 4 or 5 miles to get to a good grocery store. Nobody should have to do that. Okay, so just in all the services that you need.
Ms. Sharon Glover, who represents the Fulton Atlanta Community Action Association.
Are families that do have an economic foundation, because when families are in crisis and they can't afford basic needs and things, then it's very hard for them to go back and look at some of the other things that we're talking about right now. So I think that's one of the bases, is positioning people so that they have their basic needs met, and then beginning to look at some of the many other things that we've been talking about.
Reverend Darrell Armstrong, who serves as pastor of Shiloh Baptist Church in Trenton, New Jersey.
I am here to share a little bit about what we have done and what we are doing in the state of New Jersey, but also to help all of us begin to stretch our minds around the concept that there is a movement going on, and what happens in Atlanta today is indeed going to impact what happens in Chicago, in New York, in New Jersey, and in California immediately, in the immediate future. This gathering today, and it has been said earlier in the program, and certainly Dr. Harper Brown in her work with the Center for the Study of Social Policy, there's a very intentional look at the role faith communities, houses of worship are playing, need to play in this area of social services and human services.
The event today will be moderated by Melanie Hill, event chairperson and also Vice President of Community Affairs for the Atlanta Metropolitan Black Chamber of Commerce.
I think that's a real important aspect of facilitating change, is really being current and abreast of policies that impact families. And so the Interfaith Children's Movement is really kind of a lobbyist, serves as a lobbyist and a voice for children and families within the state of Georgia.